I'm Cindy Pauls, and I'm the Director of Global Shared Service for Sazerac Company. We have primarily accounts receivable and accounts payable at this point in our shared service group, and we're mostly outsourced. In the session, and there were a lot of different viewpoints on that, and from my viewpoint, it's really about defining who you are. So determining who you are as a person, as a professional. For me, it was setting boundaries, making sure that everyone around me understood my integrity, my level of integrity, and then defining that in both like work settings and personal settings, and it kind of becomes your brand, right? So however you define yourself becomes your brand. That's what you're going to put out there. And that starts with the interview process. So are you going into a company that fits the brand that you want to portray? It is very important that you define who you are and what your boundaries are and what you want to portray, whatever your brand is. Because if you go in and you are trying to create a false brand, let's say that you're a wild and flamboyant person and you like purple hair and, wild clothes, and you go into a very bureaucratic environment that's black and white, you're going to be miserable. You may try to adapt and you may try to fit into that brand, but it's not going to feel comfortable. And if you can find that connection, find that fit where you feel comfortable, then it's just your whole story is going to be better. Your whole career path is going to be easier. You're going to feel like you can connect on a more personal and professional level. It will make the journey so much more fun and easier. That's a really important topic. Networking and building a support structure, finding a mentor, somebody that can support you throughout your growth is so important. You're not alone on this journey. You don't want to put yourself on an island. And coming to events like this is very important to broaden your scope of network. So you're going to have a network, you're going to have multiple networks in your life, right? You're going to have that one that's in your work and your career. You're going to have your social networks. You're going to have those that you build through things like this, coming to conferences and going to events, maybe joining an agency or volunteering. There's just a lot of different ways to network. All of those are important in defining who you are and helping you grow, building that support network for you. This is one of my favorite conferences, so I like to come to this one. And every year they do something a little bit different, something unique. And this year, I think the Women's Day, it was very empowering and meant a lot to me personally. And so I think that was my big takeaway this year. There's always something, there's always, I love talking to people from other countries, understanding what their constraints are and their issues are. But I think this year it was the Women's Day.